Oh, hello everyone. I hope you're all well. I hope you're looking after yourself, being kind to yourself and your family and your friends, looking after your pretty cats, looking after all your animals, being kind to just people in the world generally, just to make this place a better place. Thank you. Oh, hi everyone. I hope you're all well this Sunday night in Australia. I thought I'd just do a news review of Ripple from the 1st of January to the 31st of March 2019. I like to do that to make sure that I'm still happy with my investment in XRP particularly. So it's just going basically through Slack and seeing all the news reviews just for a rehash. So just looking at going to the next slide, obviously from January the 30, January the 1st, gosh, I've always got spell errors here, sorry about that, to the 31st of March. So just going through, so in January, basically, obviously the Ripple army is the most influential blockchain social army, if you want to call it that. Ripple moved 755 million XRP in 4 seconds, and it costs less than 1 cent. And it was transferred to three different wallets. Coin Report, who's always Global Coin Report, quite bullish on XRP, believes it's a better investment than Ethereum. XRP powered quarter settlers types with Hyperledger and R3. Obviously, Ripple's got connection with R3 as well. This year, XRP Global Coin Report's quite bullish. XRP. Ripple partnered with National Bank of Kuwait, ties up with Swift Global Payments Innovation. XRP could eventually become the world's foremost cryptocurrency, according to the Vice Ratings report, which I believe I think it will be. That's my personal opinion. Ripple will develop explosively in the future, as a Japanese lawyer says. Also, the first bank using XRP-based XRapid reveals imminent launch plans to power payments across 80 different countries. So it's truly global, there's no doubt about it. One thing that I keep asking is, why isn't it going up XRP? It's just beyond me when we see other coins like Everix, which are a financial payment system coin, which don't even have any clients, going up over $1. I just cannot understand this, seriously. XRP is now trading 5 pairs on the DX exchange. Also, there's more banks signed up to the Ripple network, well over 200 banks, as Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, said. And going forward, that's going to get bigger and bigger. Also, the National Bank of Kuwait has just launched a new remittance service named NBK Direct Remit. And Ripple, of course, are very large in the Middle East as well as Asia and everywhere else. So that's a very good story. Also, they were on the European Fintech conference, and there was a very bullish, very bullish sort of news for XRP, and that people were quite confident with XRapid as being a liquidity tool. But again, we still don't see the price of XRP going up. And there has been, looking through the news reviews, people are talking about manipulation in XRP, which, maybe there is some sort of manipulation. It's very hard to know, but you wonder why it's just not going up. It's just beyond me. So they have over 200 customers now using RippleNet in 40 different countries around the world. Ripple are also going into a gambling type platform, which could open up the gambling market, which is billions of dollars worth. They've now got 5 more banks using XRP. Also, there was an announcement that 13 more institutions are using XRP, and JNFX, Senfriend, Transpago, FTC, Euro, Exim Bank, and many more by the looks of it. XRP has been added to the crypto exchange Gibraltar, and Gibraltar is a bit like Malta. They're trying to increase more crypto exchanges and more cryptocurrency being traded out of Gibraltar. Also, they've reached the 200 milestone with new clients, which is fantastic in itself. Also, there's some story that Ripple protocol could use tokenization to tokenize commodities and e-metals. They've got the capacity to do that. So they could go into all different markets, you know, completely different markets. And this is what this Bernard Court Physical Gold said. And Ripple can do that. Don't forget that. They can go into other markets as well. So just looking at the next thing, Ripple and XRP discussed with the Bank of England governor in an open discussion, obviously about, Ripple and its RippleNet. And what else we got here? They've put on a new customer called SendFriend, which is a great story. Santana, also very bullish. Ripple, something about Ripple Labs, talking about them. Ripple Paradox may be the only means to bank recovery from recession and crash. Ripple will thrive during the recession. There is some talk about, obviously, International Monetary Fund and World Bank and everyone else looking at Ripple, and if there's an absolute collapse in financial markets, fiat financial markets from the equity market and everything else, Ripple's XRP would bring absolute liquidity to those markets. And also there's a question, what happens when central banks run out of money, or what happens when the banks run out of money? Ripple, in terms of its liquidity function, would really help the markets in that case. Another story here, they put on another 4 partners for Ripple. That was from Crypto Daily. XRP overtakes Ethereum in its trading. Ripple continues to look like a blockchain winner of 2019. Question is, again, why isn't the price of XRP going up? I keep asking myself this question, and honestly, I just don't have any answer for it. Another one here, XRP could theoretically be used in domestic payment transfers via the US clearing system, said Uphold. Also, Ripple partners, Mexican partner Corlex describes advantages of using XRapid in Mexico. There was some sort of fake XRP which wouldn't fool the Ripple community. And we know that Euro Exim Bank has adopted XRapid as well. Ripple calls on US regulators to treat XRP like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ripple, XRP and R3 launches Corda Network with Corda Network Foundation. What else we got? Ripple's XRP showcase real world effectiveness in terms of Mercury, their client who does FX. They also use RippleNet, and they use XRP to save massive amounts of money. Going forward, we've got XRP ledger notices a steady increase in payments as well as their transactions. Their price hasn't done anything. Someone's saying maybe price will go up with Cobalt, and that will be a game changer. Again, regulatory clarity needs to come to fruition this year. There's no doubt about that. Ripple XRP gained 9% against the US dollar in 3 hours in January sometime. Now you could see that where obviously fiat currencies go down and people switch out of the fiat currencies into cryptocurrencies. And we've certainly seen this in Turkey, where the Turkish lira is devalued, well, it's fallen by literally 40-odd%. And it's because they're running inflation of over 40% and massive unemployment. And the populace is actually switching out of currencies that are falling so fast into stable like, cryptocurrency like XRP, which has been pretty stable for a while. The R3 Swift partnership is cranking. Again, there's no partnership with Swift. Swift actually used some of Ripple's drivers to actually make payments in real-time gross settlement. So just that's Swift need Ripple, not the other way around. Ripple's hired Stuart Aldertree, who basically came from Citigroup and has incredible legal experience, global legal experience, policy and bank security act, knows everything about the banking risk management environment, and he's been appointed, has 30 years experience working for HSBC, American Express and lots of other banks as well. So he's a big coup, certainly for Ripple. Ripple partner SBI Holdings cryptocurrency exchange BC Trade launch date announced. SBI Holdings, as you know, are very, very bullish Ripple. Ripple's partner Ramso on the online prefer banks until when Ripple XRP is fully integrated. Ripple is set to disrupt another industry as it dips its toe into the untapped music industry, which is interesting. So it looks like it's looking for other industries, gambling and the music industry. Ripple's relationship with SBI Securities, they're a huge company, and basically they have a client base of 23 mil, which is pretty big, particularly if they use XRP or Ripple. Another thing here, Ripple is getting bigger and bigger in Southeast Asia. Also, there's a big discussion about XRapid, how good XRapid is. It's also been linked to the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation. So, and the Deposit Trust and Clearing Corporation in the US is absolutely huge. So if they ever start using Ripple, that's going to be a very, very big account indeed for Ripple, and particularly if they start using XRP. There was a report from Messari, which I use, a subscription to Messari, which is really good, saying that Ripple's supply is actually overstated by CoinMarketCap by over 6 million. Is that 6 million? Yeah. Oh God, I always find these numbers very difficult. It's well oversupplied, which means basically the market value of XRP is too high as well. So the market cap is overstated by 46%, which is pretty substantial, because they're basically saying, 19 odd is not being trickulating within the money within the system of Ripple Net, basically. So this is from Messari, which I thought was very interesting. I think they're a very good subscription service, which I've got access to. They're saying that Ripple's strategic partnership with SBI R3 could reshape the payments industry as a whole. Also very bullish in Southeast Asia. There's a lot of high street banks that are looking at Ripple at the moment. Ripple XRP European Parliament talks about the benefits of blockchain and digital assets. Again, FinAlba's UAE exchange to go live with cross-border payments using RippleNet, which is great, and Unimoni, who are partnered with Ripple in 2008, announced going live with cross-border payments using Ripple's blockchain technology. So that's really good. They're from Thailand as well, and basically they're quite big. They want to capture the 613 billion remittance market in Southeast Asia, which is quite a big client in itself. So also FinAbla owns brands such as TravelX Express, Money Remit to India, Ditto, and Switch. So again, a lot of these clients that Ripple's putting on also have other ownerships of other subsidiaries or other corporations. So also Ripple has joined hands with Barclays and MasterCard to infuse 1.7 million funding from remittance startup SendFriend. XRP and Ripple stand to benefit the World Bank and McKinsey projections at Churu. Western Union's exploring, obviously, RippleNet, and may even be potentially exploring XRapid, but they're not actually using XRapid, as we know. Also, an exchange joins Ripple Payments Thailand. What else we got here? Ripple Payments technology will not be used by the AEU, but will encourage and educate commercial banks to use it. Ripple hiring fresh faces. US financial giant Western Union is piloting Ripple, and we know that. Fees are ungodly if you buy XRP at Bananas using your credit card. You can do that, but again, credit card fees are very expensive, as we know. XRP based decentralized exchange, mobile wallet, and cold wallet storage. Also, Ripple Spring invests in Wetsy Wins XRPL Labs. Barclays are partnering with Ripple just in small for the startup remittance SendFriend. XRP Labs working on own decentralized exchange. Keep an eye out for that, because that could be very interesting if Ripple's got their own decentralized exchange. Item 18, Ripple and Ali Bank of Kuwait partners with Ripple to enable faster and effective transactions. Yoshitaka Kita, which is from Kitao, which is from SBI, is very, very bullish XRP and thinks it'll do very well this year. Ripple also partners with UBRI, which is a Bombay and other universities for remittance. Ripple partners with Bank of Defia, which is also remittance in India. Now, India has one of the largest remittance countries in the world, so it's a massive, massive market in the trillion. So this is great also for Ripple. SBI believes that Ripple XRP can bypass Bitcoin's market cap. Also, there's been talk between Ripple partner Fairfax Land settlement account with Bank of England to participate in UK faster payment scheme. So that's great. Fairfax also have an exchange settlement account, it looks like, with the Bank of England. So that's good. And also there's other companies, Rational FX, Exchange Free, Unipay, and Money Match. These companies will be using Ripple's blockchain payment solution, XVIA. So we've got this, they're partnered with DOFE, XRP R3, they're testing XRP. Ripple hints at disrupting SMEs in European industry by simplifying remittance and cross-border payments. And XRP is being added to OKEx. XRP got added to Coinbase, as you know, which is great. And Ripple partner Mercury is setting up 10 new XRP rapid payment corridors by mid-2019, which is all great. All great for Ripple. By the end of February, we saw Button takes to Twitter to comment on XRP. It was all bullish. XRP officially now trading on Coinbase. And XRP, there's some talk about XRP becoming a liquid index for the NASDAQ, which is also very bullish. Now, if that's the case, fund managers or crypto fund managers will be forced to hold the index, which will be made up of XRP, which is good, which basically creates more buying for XRP. Also, eToro, which had put XRP on their exchange, had more trading volume in XRP than any other cryptocurrency, which is great. So, and you even had Roger Ver from Bitcoin Cash saying how good XRP is, okay? So XRP now on Coinbase is also on supported iOS and Android apps. In March, we saw Chris Larsen talking to the IMF, discussing emerging market technology. Also, this XRP is not a security until proven guilty, says Binance CEO. Ripple XRP Mercury FX completes first commercial payment to the Philippines using XRapid, and they're saving lots of money. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse talks about JP Morgan's coin lack of interoperability. Ripple XRP to venture into biometric space, holding company express interest in XRP ledger. So we've seen 3 different industries being named in the last quarter: the gaming industry, the music industry, and now the biometrics industry that XRP Ripple are looking at as well. They also gave a $1 million donation to fight poverty, which is very nice. You had a Stanford lecturer saying that XRP is so much better than Bitcoin, nothing we don't know. And also something about money payment agent considering XRP as well. Also, Trust Wallet adds support for Ripple, which is basically Binance's wallet. $180 billion gaming gold mine. They're looking at Forte, which Ripple steps into, which is a massive market in itself. XRapid Spring and Forte established a $100 million fund to support blockchain and gaming. That's on their notice that they send out. Also, e-money agent payroll considering XRP as the next cryptocurrency addition to their platform. PayGoal ATM bank cards payouts are considering XRP as the next cryptocurrency. So, headquartered in the UK, PayGoal is an e-money agent providing e-wallet services to registered users. It's been approved by the Financial Conduct Authority under the UK, and that would be quite good, obviously, if they put on XRP as well. So also we're seeing that XRP may be put on the Switzerland Primary Stock Exchange and be listed, which is really good. What else we got? Founder of Ripple-backed startup pushes for mass adoption at $3.3 million online stores through Wetsy Wind, who Ripple actually invested in, and it opens up WooCommerce. Again, I've mentioned the Trust wallets, talking about Ripple are trying to interest gaming developers, and again, you know, lots of things going on. Many people think that XRP should go up a lot this year, but we're still not seeing that, which is really weird. Okay, so also XRP gets an adoption push into RAIN, which is an exchange in the Middle East, and it's seen as being Sharia compliant. and that's basically even, it's going to make XRP more tradable as such. XRP has been added to the base pair for 130 trading pairs on coin fields. We're seeing that quite a lot. There is some talk that the XRP market is being manipulated. It doesn't surprise. I don't know why, but we're just not seeing the price of XRP going up. So I don't really know why someone would be manipulating it, or a group of people, but it just seems very strange to me. XRP receives another boost as Canadian cryptocurrency exchange Bitbuy adds coin to its roster. What else we got here? XRP being added to BitTrue, which is a Korean exchange, and some currency pairs being added to that. Also, what else we got? Santander apologizes for misinformation. Ripple partner Forte attracts top developers, so to build something to do with gaming. The gaming industry is big, as I've said. Vice report put XRP as number one. Also, the tech founder Michael Arrington, his crypto fund, where he has it based in XRP as the domicile currency, he's been given another 30 mil to invest in something in Australia. Ripple is slowly edging towards Amazon. Amazon Pay will improve merchants' interactions with buyers, stating that partnership with WorldPay would become the starting point for further innovations. So there is some type here. Ripple enthusiasts got excited because basically Ripple has something to do with WorldPay slash, that does stuff for Amazon. So we go to the next slide. XRP, Mexico trading volume sees a spike. Ripple, Swift, Circle and JP Morgan developing innovative cross-border payments, says the World Bank. Former employee speculates about X pool. Ripple has also added 13 banks: Otago, Kirabishi, Kaya, Sanenjoy, Shiga, Shimuzo, Shinsai, Suma, Nobu, Zurug, Seven, Hiroshima, Fuku, and Hokuriku, which is really good. Also, Hubi Derivatives Exchange have launched XRP contracts, and I think they're launching some futures as well. I'm not sure they're launching XRP futures, but they are launching futures. There is this consistent story about XRP's price being manipulated consistently, which maybe it stands to reason, I don't know, because if you look at some of the other coins over the last quarter, they've all gone up and XRP's gone negative, so it just doesn't make sense. More manipulation rumors out there. Maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. XRP, after Microsoft Outlook, XRP can now be sent via Gmail using a simple Chrome extension. Wow, amazing. We mentioned that they've put on 13 banks. Also, news, Ripple partner with Federal Bank. This is the fifth largest Indian bank to become a Ripple partner after Yes Bank, Axis Bank, Indus Industry and Kotak Mahindra Bank. The Federal Bank is a leading private sector scheduled commercial bank in India. Has 1665 ATMs, 1251 branches, and has core assets of 19 billion. So it's not a small bank by any means. They joined the Ripple's global payment network. Also, another story which I thought was interesting is this is from 11 News. World Bank gives approval for the use of Ripple's XRapid for its quick fund transfer feature. So, there's talk about, XRapid and how fast it is. And World Bank has tested it apparently in 2008 and approved it for quick funds transfer because of the near instant payments facilitated by the platform. And the fellow that's been talking about this is one of their leading senior analysts who says that XRP is excellent and XRapid, and basically, just reduces costs in an amazing amount, and basically sends, XRP as quick. So there's other stories here. World Bank's praising Ripple and XRP, and the fellow's name is Marcus Nicoli, a business and senior financial sector analyst, who basically says Swift is slow and opaque, and like I said, it's like the old battleship, and Ripple and XRP are like the speedboat. So it's basically saying, you know, distributed ledger technology should be used. So if XRP and XRapid get endorsed by the World Bank, gosh, we should see surely XRP starting to move up. So the World Bank is quite bullish on Ripple's technology, and honestly, we should see some move up in price. Another upbeat note is, this was just put on Twitter, that, you know, more and more volumes being done in XRP in the last 24 hours, and it's even overtaking Bitcoin. So honestly, with that, you know, everything's always so good with XRP and the Ripple news. I just don't know why this coin is not going up. It's just beyond me. I've got no reason. I don't know why. But anyway, look, we just have to wait and be patient, and eventually it will be the #1 cryptocurrency in the world. I have no doubt about that. Thank you for listening, guys. Cheers. And if you have any questions, please do come back to me.